Here's a thought. Are you falling for potential or reality? I don't know why, but I feel called to talk about this topic, even though I can't wrap my head around what I even want to say about it. One thing I know for sure is that in the past, there have been people that I've fallen for, in some cases romantic, but even some friendships where I've fallen in love with the potential of what this friendship could be. I have fallen in love with almost a fantasy that I come up with in my own head, thinking about all the things that me and this person can do, all the places we could visit, all the laughs we can share. And yet, reality didn't match. That's not what was happening. And unfortunately, it took some time, but I had to come to my senses and realize that I was living in hopes of this potential and not what was reality, what was real, what was actually around me. Looking at potential is great when you're looking to grow, you're looking to build, you're looking to expand. Because seeing potential in yourself and other people is what's needed to foster that growth. You can't become something more, something bigger if you don't even know what you're trying to grow into. Yet when it comes to many other areas, how willing are you to accept fantasy and potential rather than something that's real? If you're falling in love with someone, are you falling in love with them because they are genuinely an amazing person? Or is a part of you hoping they become a genuinely amazing person? Think about that one. That one's a bit heavy for me. These days, I'm getting much better at noticing what reality is. I get better at noticing what's the facts of what my life is like, what my relationships are like, what are the people like around me. And I look at those facts and I just appreciate them. I don't get sad that they're not this incredible fantasy that I have built up in my head. No, the fantasies actually don't happen as often as they used to. Instead, I get to just notice what's actually around me. I get to notice how the people in my life behave, how they react, how they show up on a day-to-day basis, and I get to just love them and appreciate them for that. This shift, it's a simple shift, has had a huge effect on just my day-to-day, I don't want to call it sanity, mindset, mood, existence. I don't know. The way I show up every single day, well, it's different. It's different and I love it. It's different than it used to be because I'm happier. I'm more fulfilled. I feel more love. I actually feel a deeper connection with everybody around me because I'm not secretly wishing and hoping that they're going to become someone that they're not. I've trained this superpower within myself to love and appreciate the person that's in front of me. And if they choose to change, if they choose to grow, well, I still have that same superpower to love them and love who they're becoming. I don't need to be sad that they've changed because I know that I change. And if I want people to be happy with me, happy for the person that I'm becoming, then I need to be happy for the person they're becoming. I don't need to agree with everybody's choices. I don't need to worry that my decisions are going to make someone think that I'm a failure or I'm a hypocrite or any of those things. Because in truth, I want to live in a world where I can make mistakes and I could admit mistakes. I could see that the people around me make mistakes and they can admit mistakes. I want to be around people that will support me. I want to be around people that will love me. I want to be around people that are there for me. Not because it's a fantasy and I hope they'll be there for me, but because they're actually there for me. And I can lean on them when I need to. I can trust them. Are you falling for potential or reality? What an interesting question. I'm really grateful for my friends for having this environment where a question like that could even come up. Things have been very different over the past few years. I was reflecting recently about how much things have changed. Relationships, environments, how I spend every single day. Today, I wrote down in my journal right before recording this episode that I had another one of those like lazy Tuesdays, I would call it, where I just rested. And it's interesting how I equate the word rest with lazy. But that's a conversation for another day. But I was just resting knowing that I needed this rest for the week that's to come. Well, wait, hold on. Now I'm actually really thinking about equating laziness to rest. No. Yeah. We're going to do that another day. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, we're going to cut that one for now. Not because I don't want to get into it, but because today is ending. And I do have to get this episode posted before I head to bed. I got to get this episode posted to show up. Because that's the reality that I've created. That's the standard that I've set. And that's how I show up. I want you to remember, as a little side note, that the little things you're doing now are going to add up to a big change sometime in the future. And it's not that the change will happen all at once, but you'll notice that when you look back, you are not the same. That's the big change that we're looking for. So whether that's writing down a simple note on a sticky note or having a difficult conversation with whoever that person needs to be, you know which one I'm talking about. Whatever you choose to do next, just keep building until you find yourself in a moment of stress, showing up exactly the way you've always wanted, showing up in a way that you are proud of. It takes these little moments now. Rather than looking at your life and who you could become as a potential, choose every single day to make it into a reality. And I'm really grateful that that's exactly what I've done and exactly what I will continue doing. So until we meet again, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.